Hey, Cade, how's it going today?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good, good. This first practice is gonna be a pretty big deal, I think, across the country. You're one of the only ones live streaming it. How do you, what do you think about that? What do you think about a practice being live stream and getting a chance to kind of show off a little bit?
I think it's definitely gonna be fun for us. Getting to show what we've been doing and everything. But it's practice at the end of the day. I'm not gonna change the way I practice, and I'm not gonna let other guys change the way they practice for a live stream. I feel like should just stick to what we're doing and continue to work on what we're working on.
How's it going with you and Ice in the handle and the point guard positions?
It's been good. It's been smooth. I think the best thing about it is we both really want to win. So we know, whenever one person has a high hand, they need the ball. When the other person has a high hand, they need the ball. So we don't really fight over too much. Whoever has it at the moment usually keeps it, and we just kind of play off each other. We play off each other really well.
You guys have the ability to go down to the post too. How does that kind of play into the way you guys play?
It's something that we've been working on a whole lot. We've both been working with the big guys as well as with the guards. Just working on our post games, making sure that we're comfortable down there. So I think it's going to be, really big for us to be able to exploit, mismatches with smaller guards and stuff. So I'm excited. I know Coach Boynton has a lot of stuff ready for us.
Awesome. Thanks, Cade.
Yes, sir.
And next up, Danielle, why don't you take the next question?
All right, Cade. Well, the first question I have is, have you been to Eskimo Joe's yet? Because I told you that I was going to hold you to it and follow up with you on that. So that's my first question.
I promise you, last night, it was like 8 o'clock. I was like, hey, Rondell, you trying to go to Eskimo Joe's? And then we looked, and it said closing soon. I promise, that's so crazy you asked that. I forgot about that. That's so crazy. We were about to go last night, too. But, yeah, I don't know. I need to get out there. I need to.
I'm going to keep asking. Coach will probably hate me because I'm sure it's not, exactly the best food for you to be having. So
Yeah.
I'll have to apologize for him for that. But I'll keep checking in. But on a serious note for basketball, just talk about, now you're back with your brother, full time. How has that been? Have you guys, kind of picked up, maybe where you left off? Just with, you talked about how much of an influence he's had on your career, but now that you get to be with him every day, how has that been for you?
I think it's been huge for me. We watch film all the time. Even in practices, if I do something wrong or if he sees something, being able to go to the side and be able to talk to him, it's been big for me because I know, that's somebody that thinks like me and, has a way better knowledge of the game than me, but somebody that can relate words to me and translate everything to me well. So just having him here has been a really big help. And, I think he's helped really the whole team. It's not just been me. He's been helping a lot of guys, just on the side and helping them out. So just having him here has been a great help for sure.
And when you look at Coach Boynton, everything you thought he was going to be coming into the program, I'm guessing that's held true, and you can see just why the program is the way it is right now.
For sure. I definitely did a lot of research coming in to Oklahoma State. I didn't go anywhere blind, but he's definitely, been everything that I expected and even more. So I'm happy with who I chose for sure.
Is it hard to have motivation with those NCAA sanctions, hanging in the balance in a way, or how do you just maybe not let that be such a thought process when you guys are out, working hard, knowing that you might not have that chance to really show everybody in the postseason?
Honestly, I never think about it until I get asked about it. So that's it's never in my thought process. Basketball is something that, I've always done and has always been a passion for me. So, when I go out there, everybody's just working out like we're playing for the national championship. So, we never think about it. We still feel like we're competing for national championship, even if we aren't or whatever. But, we're just having fun and competing, really.
Last one. I know the first official practice is coming up later today, but what has stood out to you the most about this unit and just what you guys bring to the court each and every day?
We compete. I think that's, having guys that's going to compete, and nobody gives anybody any favors. There's no friends when we get out there. I think that's the best thing about us. We have a lot of guys that have grown up together and, we've known each other for forever. But, our grittiness and, I think our passion, I think that's what's going to set us apart.
Thanks, Cade. Go get some Eskimo Joes now.
Yeah, I got to.
Chris Becker, you're up next.
Cade, how you doing, man?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing well. I asked Farron this, but with everything happening in football, with all the cancellations and postponements, is that kind of overlooking the program, and you guys worried about, possibly, getting some games canceled and not being able to play some?
That's another one. Like I really don't think about it at all. I don't know when we'll play. I don't know when anything's gonna happen. I know I have practice today. I know I got practice tomorrow. I just kind of look at practices like that's what I got. So that's the only thing that's on my schedule. That's the only thing I'm really worried about right now.
Right, and normally in basketball, and most teams in sports, the seniors are normally leaders on the team, but you've come in and you've stepped up as a freshman already. How have you helped the guys? Leading them with all the stuff overshadowing the program, with the NCAA probation and the COVID and all that.
For sure. I mean, I came in with a lot of hype. So being able to come in and work just as hard, I don't want anybody to feel like they have to cater to me or anything. So, I think me coming in and not asking for any extra or complaining about all the work that everybody's doing or whatever, I think that's been a big thing for, the team to see, because they know that I'm in it with them. So, just coming in, I think I have a pretty good basketball IQ, so I share it whenever I can. And I think I'm just naturally a pretty decent leader. I ain't gonna say I'm just the best leader ever, but I think I'm all right. So I just try to bring that to the team.
Awesome. Thank you, Cade.
Thank you.
Frank Bonner, you're up next.
Hey, Cade, how's it going?
I'm good.
When we talked to Boynton, he said, one of the things he tries to do with incoming freshmen is make it as hard on you as possible in terms of trying to get better. How has that experience been for you, coming in as a freshman and just getting after it?
I didn't know he said that, but I can tell you he's not lying with that. Just from, me, Rondell, and May, he doesn't pick on us, but he's making sure that, we're not slacking at all. So, but I think, with what he's been doing with us, I think it's helped us out a whole lot, because, the expectations are high for our freshman class, and we're trying to live up to it. So coming in and being able to produce right away is really important for us. So, the way he's been pushing us and everything, I think it's only helped us.
Obviously, a lot of attention has been on you, because of your play on the basketball court and everything. But what has it been just off of basketball, just being a college athlete and, being a freshman on campus?
I mean, it's different now with everything going on with Corona and everything. So you're not really out in public as much as probably the previous years. But, I just try to keep my head down and keep working, really. I try not to be in the way too much. I just been trying to stay in the gym and at the crib as much as possible.
And how has it been, Farron, he's a new guy as well coming in with this class, but he's also a very experienced player within college basketball as a whole. So how's it been being able to learn from him, knowing that he's still new within this culture?
He's like you said, he's been around. So, experience, I feel like, my mom and dad used to always tell me, old people, I'm not gonna say old, but elderly people, those are the people you want to listen to, because, what I'm saying, they've been there. So I think, with Flay, he's not no old guy, nothing, but, he's been in college basketball, and experience is huge in this game. So, just him being through a whole bunch of situations and a lot of adversity in his time, what I'm saying, having that on the team, I think that's only going to benefit us, because he can help guys through adversity. And he's done that. He's been very vocal with everybody, and he's been a big-time leader for us.
Appreciate you, Cade.
Yes, sir.
Robert Allen, you are up next.
All right, hey, Cade, I had a lot of questions I wanted to ask, and you've kind of already answered a bunch of them. But the microphone today during practice will be on Coach. Are we going to hear your voice? Are you a vocal practice player? Or are you a quieter practice player?
Oh, you're going to hear me, for sure. You're going to hear me. I mean, I'm not going to be walking up into Coach's mic trying to talk into his mic or anything, but you're going to hear me for sure, definitely.
Okay, so you're a vocal guy. All right, I wanted to ask you about being a freshman athlete and going through this during the pandemic, and you kind of answered that for Frank. But in some of your answers, you've shown, or has anybody ever called you an old soul or a very simple kind of guy? Because you come off as hey, here's what I got. Here's where I'm going. I'll worry about tomorrow, but you're very much a now guy. Is that a great way to describe you?
I think it's pretty true. I don't really focus on the future too much just because, there's so many stories of guys that have done that and it hasn't worked out for them. So, I feel like the only thing I control is right now. So that's what I'm going to control. I can't control yesterday or tomorrow.
All right, I'm going to play off something that I played off with Farron, off Danielle, talking about Coach, and how big an influence he is on Farron, how big an influence he is on you. How much do you look at him? And you've got your brother and your family, but how much do you look at what Coach Boynton is as a man away from basketball, a father, husband? Do you use him as a role model for your future and that, hey, he's the kind of man I want to be type thing?
Most definitely. And I think that it's been so easy because we see him outside the basketball court. He's available to us, and you don't get that everywhere. You do not get that everywhere. So being able to, I can go to Coach Boynton's house 24/7. I can call him at any time. I can text him at any time. I have texted him and called him at wild times. So it's not like I'm just saying it assuming that it's possible for me. I know I can. So, being able to have that as your head coach, you can't really ask for anything more. He brings his kids around all the time. They're like, our little best friends or whatever, having them around. So his wife is always around. So, just having that, it really brings a family atmosphere to us. And, I can't be more appreciative of that.
Hey, appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Ryan Breeden, go for it.
Hey, Cade, appreciate you taking your time out for us today. So first, going on a bit of an unrelated note, what's been your favorite thing about Stillwater so far?
I like a lot of things about Stillwater, actually. I think the biggest thing is how chill it is. It's not just a crazy, wild city where it's just a bunch of things going on. I can kind of chill and be laid back in Stillwater. I think that's probably my favorite part about it.
Okay, so then I wanted to go back to the day you committed. It's been a while now, but I know I was on campus for that. It was pretty much the moment that you dropped that video. It was madness here on campus. So I want you to walk me through what it was like for you on the days leading up to, and then especially on that day when you released the video and you committed.
Man, it was a while ago. I do remember it was a tough decision for me for sure, but at the end of the day, like I kind of had deep in my heart, OK State was where I wanted to be. But I just, I wanted to make sure of everything. I had to check all the boxes off. So I remember, I think Kentucky was about to play Michigan State and Kansas. It was that big showcase that was going on. And this is crazy. I don't even know if I really just spoke on the whole day before, but I remember I called my brother and I was just like, hey, bro, I really think OK State's the spot. And so he was just like, let's do it. And I was telling him, like, nah, I'm talking about I might commit, like, right now. So he said, well, wait till tomorrow. I think the next day, it was a Friday. He said, wait till Saturday. So the next day, it was like 6 o'clock. I was like, I'm posting. I had actually, the day before, I had our media arts teacher record the video and everything in the gym. I was like, hey, can you record this video real quick? He was like, what? I said, my commitment video. And he was like, yeah, come on. So we did it in like 25 minutes. Mr. Cini, shout out Mr. Cini for that. And yeah, dropped the video next day, and I dropped it, and then I really just got off Instagram. I turned my Instagram notifications off for a while, turned the Twitter ones off, and then yeah, I was just on the phone. I was still in Florida, so I wasn't with my family or anything. So on the phone with my fam for a little bit. It was just, I don't know, it was like 1,000 pounds were off my back or something. It was crazy. And then ever since then, it was so much easier to play basketball, knowing I wasn't playing for anybody. I was just hooping for myself after that. So it was a great moment for me for sure.
That's awesome. I love that story. So next question for you. You and Isaac both are very athletic point guards who are really good at like getting to the basket and stuff like that. But so this one focuses more on you, but for someone like you with your play style, the common almost, I don't want to say stereotype, but it's that you're athletic but like the weakness is shooting, right? You know what I mean? Like that's something that is like almost like a stereotype around that. But you focused a lot on your shooting this offseason, haven't you?
For sure. And I think it's because of that stereotype. You know, I feel like people really haven't even seen me shoot enough jump shots to say I can't shoot. But, you know, I don't care, whatever. It's, you know, that's whatever they think. So, you know, a jump shot is essential in college basketball. I know that. So that's why I've been focusing on it so much, because if you can't shoot, it's going to be a tough time for you. So, you know, just trying to expand my game as much as I can. And, you know, I'm pretty confident in my shot now, and I shoot it. So, you know, I guess everybody's just going to have to see this season.
I heard someone say that you're the second best shooter on the team. Do you agree with that?
I mean, me personally, I'm going to say I'm the best, but
That's okay.
I know we got some snipers on the team, so yeah, I'm not even going to argue with anybody.
Thanks, Cade. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Grant Ramirez, you're up next.
Hey, Cade, how's it going?
How you doing?
Not too bad. So obviously there's a lot of talk about how you and Ice are going to fit offensively, but he's also kind of established himself as a pretty elite defender. You and him make up a really big backcourt just size-wise. Can you kind of talk about your expectations for you two as a backcourt defensively?
I think it'll be a problem for a lot of teams, just because, you know, we have a lot of length, but, you know, Ice, I don't think there's anybody Ice can't stay in front of. So, you know, just having that to start it off, and, you know, I'm pretty confident in my defensive abilities too. So, you know, having the length, and we have big guys behind us protecting the rim and everything, I think, you know, it's going to be a lot of problems for other teams for sure.
And with that length that you're talking about, with you and him being so big, can you kind of talk about how, you know, maybe you guys probably get another guard on the court, someone like Avery, Chris, someone like that, and how that allows you to have some more versatility offensively?
Definitely. I mean, we have a bunch of good guards that are coming off. Well, we don't know if they're coming off the bench or starting or whatever. So, you know, we have a lot of other good guards that, you know, bring a lot of different abilities to the team. And I think that's the best thing about us is we have a diverse set of abilities. You know, Avery's one of the quickest guys I've seen, and definitely one of the quickest guys I've guarded. So having that, and, you know, having him as a pest off the ball, you know, we just have so many different things that are going well for us that, you know, I feel like if we can get it all to mesh together, I think it will be really scary on defense.
All right, thanks, Cade.
Thank you.
Chase, you're up next.
Cade, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good. So just tell us about your relationship with Coach Boynton and what he's meant to you since you've come to Stillwater.
You know, my relationship with him is it's special. Special is the word I'm using. It's special because, you know, somebody I can always talk to. Anytime I need to reach out about anything, he's always there for me. So, and he reaches out to me. It's not like it's just a one-way street. You know, he's always checking on me, making sure I'm straight. So having that from your head coach, you know, like I said, it's something you can't really find anywhere else. And I'm happy I found it here.
Awesome. And can you talk about the culture that Coach Boynton has built within the program and what kind of impact that may have had on your decision?
I think the biggest thing, you know, as good as he wants us to be on the court, he makes sure that we're not acting a fool off the court. And I feel like, you know, he gives us our freedom. He lets us be, you know, college students, but he makes sure that we know what we're doing, and, you know, we're not out here doing the wrong thing. So having that, and then to translate onto the basketball court with, you know, being responsible, being accountable, being hard working, being, you know, all the different words that he's always preaching to us. You know, I think, you know, it's only changed the culture from what it was, and I think it's only going to grow from now.
Thanks, Cade.
Marshall Scott, you're up next.
Hey, Cade, thanks for taking the time.
Yeah, no problem.
I asked Farron the same question, but has anybody kind of surprised you so far that, you know, maybe a moment where you're like, oh, I didn't know this guy could do this or something like that within the team?
I think everybody's had a couple of those moments where they've shown a little something that we didn't really think that they had. I'm trying to think of what's a specific one. It's tough. I mean, I think the biggest thing for me was Chris Harris coming off his ACL, and just the way that he's worked and the way that he's, you know, grinding himself all the way back to, he's a player in practice. Like, he's not, if you see him scrimmage, he doesn't look like he's just now coming off of an ACL. So, you know, having him and the way that he's been working and, you know, helping out everybody. If somebody's running late, he'll be the first person to get in his car and go pick him up for practice. You know, he's doing all the little things right, and, you know, I can't appreciate him more for that.
did you know much of Chris before you got to Stillwater? Both Texas guys, obviously.
Yeah, I knew Chris pretty well. I never played with him, but I knew him pretty well. But just being around him 24/7 now, I get to grow a better relationship with him, and I think it's only been better since then.
Gotcha. And then another question I have is kind of when and why did you? Because you've always kind of been a tall kid. I've seen highlights from you whenever you were a little kid with Mike Miles and stuff like that. Why did you want to become a point guard? Kind of what went into that decision?
Well, first of all, I knew I wasn't gonna get 6'10" like my big brother, so I kind of figured that the best way for me to stand out I thought I was only gonna get 6'6", so I figured the best way for me to stand out was being a guard. So, playing quarterback, I like to be in charge of things. So point guard was just, the next closest thing. So, I've always felt like point guard was one of the most fun positions to play, and ever since I transitioned over, it's been fun for me. So I'm not going back now. I'm having fun with it.
When did that transition kind of take place, and what did you play before?
It's crazy. I actually started my 16U summer. I played 16s with my big brother as the head coach for Drive Nation. And I almost guarantee you I ran more ball screens than any other player in the country. Because every play, oh my gosh, I almost got tired of ball screens. Like, can somebody else get the ball for ball screen? But it was just reps for me. And looking back, I think it only helped me now because I feel like, when I get in the ball screen, I'm comfortable now. So I appreciate my brother for that. At the time, I hated him for it. I was like, bro, can we run some different offense? Because, I was just so impatient with everything. But, now I appreciate him for that. I think it helped me a whole lot.
Was there a player you saw that you were like, well, I could do that? Or did you look to Ben Simmons and say, hey, I can kind of do what he does? Was there any of that?
Ben has a kind of different play style. Ben, being a point guard, he also plays he sets a whole lot of screens for, he has kind of a different play style. I think the best person to watch now, I couldn't really watch in my 16 years, Luka. Luka has a pretty similar play style, but, the way that he reads the game, I saw him play against Orlando in Orlando. And, just watching that, that's probably the most fun I ever had watching basketball, just because the way he read the game and everything. So Luka's probably the guy I watch the most right now.
Gotcha. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
And Jimmy Gillespie, you are up next.
Hey, Cade, how's it going?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good. Hey, earlier you talked about your decision to choose OSU, and now that you've been here for a few months, how happy are you that you chose OSU and that you become a part of this program? I'm
more than happy. I feel like it turned out better than what I expected when I first came in. I knew I was going to be happy, but I feel like it's turned out even better than that. And I feel like now it gives me a real opportunity, to change things. I feel like a lot of people are kind of downplaying what OSU can be. And I feel like now is the opportunity to, prove people wrong and show people what we can do. So, it's been really exciting for me. I think that's the best word to say it.
Okay. And obviously it's a ways out, but get into that Big 12 play. How excited are you to play some of those Big 12 teams and also the venues that you'll be playing at? I'm super excited. I live in Arlington, so Big 12 games were always around me. And the Big 12 is what I used to always watch. Every day you can cut on TV and see a Big 12 game. So being able to actually play in that, I'm super excited for that. My family can travel to almost all the games. And all the gyms are all places that I've always looked forward to playing at. So I'm excited. I think it's excited again. Is there one or two arenas you're really looking forward to? I think Allen Fieldhouse is something that everybody wants to play in, but I think I'm most excited to really play against TCU in Texas with Mike Miles at TCU and Greg at Texas. I think those are the two main places I'm excited to play against. All right, thanks, Cade. Thank you.
And Jacob, give you a follow-up here.
Hey, Cade. Mike was really high on Rondell and Matthew Alexander when I talked with them last week. What have you're close with those guys. You played AAU with Rondell and you trained with Matthew Alexander during the pandemic. What have you kind of seen from them out there here and practice every day with you?
I think the biggest thing, I've seen them get more and more comfortable. Like, and I think with me too, you know, when we first got here, everything was just 1,000 miles per hour, and it took us a second to really slow down. But you know, as practices have went on and we've gotten used to the offense and everything, you know, I've seen everybody get more comfortable, and now we're really making plays, and I can see how we're all gonna, you know, fit into this team. So I'm excited for all three of us. I feel like, you know, he brings so much to the table just because of his versatility and how hard his motor he plays, how hard he plays in his motor. And you know, he just knows the game. His IQ is through the roof, and I think, you know, people don't really know that about him. So having him, that's going to be a huge asset for us. And then Rondell, he's like a supersonic out there. He's everywhere. He's super active. He can shoot the lights out. So, you know, having both of them, I think both of them are going to be super productive for us.
Was Rondell's rapid growth? You played with him before? How different is he from then to now?
I think, you know, shout out Coach Jake, our strength and conditioning coach. Having him change, you know, he's changed almost everybody's body, but Rondell, he came in skinny, you know, and now he's seen his progress in the weight room, and I think he's kind of feeling himself a little bit with how he's seeing some muscles poke out and everything. But you know, you can see it in his play. He's playing confident. He's making shots, and I know he's going to be a big time player. So, you know, I'm super excited for him.
On a different topic, Courtney came down and shot the video with you in June. She had the video come out this week and stuff too. How unique is it and different is it to have someone like that can shoot those kind of videos for you guys?
Man, I mean, I think, you know, everybody sees the OSU men's basketball page. So we all know my guy Steve here and Courtney, they know what they do. So I don't see a better duo in the country, really. I've seen the other pages. I don't know. Maybe I'm being selfish just because these are my guys now. So I don't know, but you know, shout out to them. They do their thing every time. So I think they're the best.
How important is that for you and other guys to have that kind of promotion?
It's big, and you know, it's not that, you know, it's just their camera that comes around every once in a while. They're constantly around us, and we built relationships with them. And I think that's huge for us because, you know, we don't have to always feel like, you know, oh, this the media team coming, or, you know, they're part of the program, like they're family to us. So having them there has been huge for us. And, you know, the content that they put out is, I mean, like I said, everybody sees it. So it's better than, I don't think it's second to anybody.
Awesome. Thanks.
Thank you.
And Sadeep, go for it.
How you doing, Cade?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing well. So I was just kind of wondering, obviously you came from a very good high school, but has there been a big adjustment at all, you know, just going to a Division I Power 5 program, you know, on the court, different speed, different guys? Has there been an adjustment at all for you?
It's definitely a different speed. You know, Coach Boyle, he definitely had us. Coach Boyle's not taking it easy on anybody. He didn't care how many McDonald's All-Americans we had, how many 5 stars, any of that. He didn't care about any of that. He treated us like, you know, we were nobody. So I really appreciate him for that because, you know, he kind of showed us that no matter who you are, no matter where you think you are in basketball, there's still more work to be put in. So I think just taking that mindset and bringing it over to Oklahoma State, you know, everybody here already has that mindset. Everybody here was already working and knew what work was. You know, it's not something that's going to come easy, but you have to put it in to see the results. So, you know, coming here, it's definitely a faster speed, but, you know, I feel like I adjusted pretty quick because of what Coach Boyle prepared me to do.
Sure. And I know you mentioned Farron before. How's your on-court chemistry kind of developed with him? How much does it kind of help to have that good of a shooter, that experience of a player alongside of you?
I think it's huge because, you know, him being vocal, he lets you know, you know, his spots and everything. But he has such a great IQ of the game. You know, he helps me out being the point guard. He helps me see different things that maybe I couldn't see when I'm making my reads or something. So, you know, having somebody like that, and then the way he spaces the floor with his shooting ability, he doesn't miss too many. So, you know, I know that I have a different confidence when I'm kicking the ball to him that he's going to make a shot. So, you know, having him, you know, I think that's going to be a great asset for us.
Sure. And off the court, he kind of mentioned that you guys give him a hard time about being so old. You partake in that?
Yeah, every once in a while. I mean, I don't know. It's just every once in a while I might chip in with a joke or something. I don't know. I try not to get on him too hard though.
So appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate you.
And Marshall Scott, go for it.
Yeah, kind of speaking on the social media stuff, a picture came out with where you met Victor Hovland. Just kind of how much do you know about golf, and what was that interaction with him like?
You know, my grandpa, he's big in golf. He, worked at Colonial for a long time. So I've been to a PJ tournament. I've been in the mix a little bit. But so I see him work. What was he doing? He might have been running. Yeah, he was just working out. And Coach Boyden said something to him. I think Steven said something to him. And I didn't really know. It was just his rookie year, so I didn't really know him too well. But yeah, they gave me his resume, and instantly I was like, oh yeah, let me tighten up and make sure I'm acting right. So having somebody like that in your presence, you gotta make sure you're on your 10. So it was definitely great to meet him for sure. He was a super nice dude.
Gotcha. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
See, he's not going to tell you his Ricky Fowler story, huh? You going to tell him the Ricky Fowler story?
Nah, I'll say that. I'm gonna get the question later now, so I'll say that.